Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 4 Part 24. In the previous video, I banged my head against the wall for, I don't know, I guess approximately 3 hours, considering I did it twice, because I'm an idiot. Trying to beat the AP condition with Elliot in our backline, because I made the mistake of picking the character I want, rather than just picking Sarah. I mean, Fee would work well, it's just you needed to have another character with a free 200 CP ult, or just like 200 CP in general. Being stuck with Elliot, who doesn't have the offensive power there, it really sucks. And it's like, I kind of like, I don't know. Really, I just feel like the fight shouldn't have been timed in the first place. Destroy first. So it's like, I don't really know who to like be mad at, so to speak.
It's my turn!
Because it's like, I get why they maybe like the time fights in vanilla, since the base game isn't that difficult. And so, like, making it a test of see, like, if you can press your S-craft buttons and burst down the enemy is, like, I guess a bit more interesting. I don't know. Because it's like, they can't really make the fights that hard. So that's, like, an alternative way of doing it. I don't know. I just feel like the time fights are bad. And I actually kind of almost dislike them more than Sigmund, at least within the context of the difficulty mod. I don't know, hit his arm.
Very well.
Oh, you guessed wrong, haha.
What? My turn. Yeah, it's mine.
I mean, you would think it wouldn't be his head, considering... God, I love link attacks. God, I love link attacks. I just, like, he got to do all that shit because you start with no CP and you can't block. Oh, this does hit everyone now. That's actually not complete ass.
There! Here I go!
And then, I mean, it's basically still just Saffron Rain, but, like, a little bit worse. Is that Kurt? Yeah, that's Kurt going next. Then Kurt can block. Kurt cannot block. I'm an idiot. I should have spirited. Oh, well. It's not like he's gonna get to do a super attack and instantly one-shot me or nothing. Haha.
My turn. It's down. It's mine. Sure. Very well.
Okay, so his gimmick is that he gets a fucking infinite attacks in a row. So blocking isn't as good, which is kind of... I'm not that anti... Musse, when are you gonna fucking go, lady? I need the AoE heal.
Spirit!
It's my turn! Wide open! They're mine!
Sure.
I shall go.
Barrier. No. Oh, you can barrier whoever you want? I thought it was always you could just do yourself. Have I been... Is that changed, or have I been messing up this entire time? Oh, I forgot that stealths now.
My turn.
I mean, Musse, if you don't fucking go... Oh my god.
It's down. It's mine.
All right.
Who are you hitting? You're hitting Kurt? Well, you know, you're just gonna die.
Wide open. They're mine.
Sure.
It's my turn.
So I guess it's like Elliot is technically a more efficient action in overall healing, but getting 30% at once is just better, I think. But you're still blocking, so I don't really care.
Right. It's down. At once. Got it.
Okay.
It's mine. What? What? Mistral Blade! What?
All right.
Okay, you're doing a super attack. This impedes, right? This is not impede anymore? Oh yeah, the impede is new to this, right? Because this used to be the impede.
Sure. Yeah! It's mine! Demon bow, fire!
Whoa. Got a dang bow and arrow.
Yeah!
Oh my god, shut up, Cedric.
Very
All the yelling, man. There's just too much dang yelling. Ain't nobody need to yell that much.
It's down! It's mine! Sure.
It's my turn!
He's getting so into it, man. He's so hyped.
Demon bow, fire!
I shall go.
Who's going next? That's Kurt.
Let's go!
Okay, well, actually, I mean, I still want you to hit Kurt.
What? Strike! It's down! It's mine! My turn!
Weren't you doing an art? Or a craft? I guess not. I don't know. Don't die.
It's my turn! Let's get them! They're mine!
Oh, he's been burned. Oh, burn actually scales in this game. It's still not that good, but at least it's not complete and total dog shit
I need to do something.
of doing 3k damage against enemies with
My turn!
sometimes over 1,000,000 HP.
All right! Let's get them! They're mine!
Okay,
My
Kurt,
turn.
if you unbalance, we can unite and at least break him. If not outright kill. I almost hit the wrong button.
Why are you resisting?
Because, I mean, it's like they fought Rutger. Not even not to a standstill, but like they were evenly matched with Rutger for the most part, and Rutger should be significantly stronger than Cedric. I mean, I guess Cedric is like, his Divine Knight's a little stronger.
Nice!
Maybe? Because I guess his is like the only Divine Knight with like a special ability so far. Really?
Take him down, Vander!
Oh, that's been shown to have one? I assume they all have something, but... I mean, I guess Valamar is like his Link stuff, but...
Kurt!
That's never been made clear if that's like something unique to Valamar, or if that's something all of them can do. It's just that Reen's the only person who has friends in this universe that has a Divine Knight, basically.
Did we get him?
Was that enough?
No, it's not over yet.
This is absurd. How could mere Panzer Soldaten do this?
Come on, Princey boy. You can do better than that. You do know how much stronger your machine is than theirs, right?
But like, is it? I mean, I guess they like, you know, they've established that whole second form thing like officially now. Technically, it was somewhat established in CS1 when like Crow's machine transforms, right? But it wasn't really like... Honestly, I couldn't remember if that was like an actual physical change or if he just like got an anime power energy. But like, it does actually, you can see the machine changes slightly. And you know, they reference the idea of a second form when Valamar changes at the end of CS3.
You're bringing shame to the Testa-Rossa name. You're so pathetic, I can feel my weapon cringing at you.
So it's like, I guess maybe the Testa-Rossa can transform as well. But he also may not know how to do it, right? If Reen still didn't know how to do it after piloting Valamar for so long.
Surely, now's really not the time. And please don't call me Princey Boy.
Shirley does get bonus points for calling Cedric pathetic. As much as I'm not really a fan of Shirley's character, I mean, she's less bad in this series, or in the Cold Steel games, I feel like, because now it's like there's two arguments for it. Is she less, like, delightful in murder because she's an older character and maybe matured a little bit, or is it just because the Cold Steel games are tamer in general? I don't know, but at least she's not like just I'm an evil child like she was in Azure, basically.
Whatever you say, Your Highness.
Ada, Fritz, everyone into the soldats! They only have 3. We'll bring them down through sheer numbers.
Your Highness!
That's going too far.
Remember, I don't know, what, a month ago when Cedric was party to plan to end the goddamn world? And you people are like, we're gonna stick by His Highness. Like,
Are you questioning your prince's orders?
at the very least, they shouldn't know about, like, him wanting to snap Altina's neck, but...
The Red Constellation, then! What are you waiting for? Capture them!
Your Highness.
I don't think so.
What? Oh no, you're hitting him for 0 damage.
What the?
Oh, it's the
It's
monster?
+7?
Oh, it's a freaking everybody.
You guys made it!
Okay.
Are all of you okay? We managed to pinpoint the singularity, so we came to help. Forgive the impropriety, Your Highness.
What?
However, we cannot let your unchivalrous behavior go unchallenged.
That's right. We will not stand idle while our fellow Class 7 members are in danger.
How did they manage to break through the RMP's perimeter?
Teleportation?
I'll admit their timing's good, but...
Oh, that reminds me. Okay, if we get a chance, there's something I gotta say.
This makes no difference.
If we get to a point where the dialogue stops auto-advancing.
Bring everyone you like. It won't change.
Any second now.
Are you quite sure about that?
Oh god, she is the one. Fuck. That was my nightmare scenario. Okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Okay, it's not a Divine Knight. Oh, fuck. I was like, God, please not her. Don't give her a Divine Knight. Alright, crisis averted. I saw her doing that fucking hand to the sky shit.
What?
Ooh la la!
Isn't that...
It was here this whole time?
I mean, I would hope not.
The Pantagruel.
Impossible! Where did it come from?
I was kind of thinking that we were, like, at least buying time for it to show up. So, like, literally the whole fight was pointless.
That was some truly impressive cloaking.
Well done, Miss Witch. You ask the impossible, and I deliver. Hello, Your Highness. You've gotten taller since we last met. Major, Ogre, how have you been? Our side's ready to fight at any time. Are you?
I'm just glad we dodged the bullet of Musse not having a Divine Knight, because, I mean, we still gotta... I don't know who the last person's gonna be. I mean, my thought process is that it kind of feels like, story-wise, it's gotta be someone, like, sympathetic to the cause, right? Because, like, can they realistically, like, have us buy that Reen can take on, like, a 6v1 Divine Knight fight? Like, maybe not necessarily at once, but, you know, there's 6 potentially on the side of Osborne, because right now they have 5. And, like, I mean, even if we assume that, like, Crow's gonna come back and help Reen in the end, that's still only 2. But if it's, like, 3v4, that's, like, a fairly feasible situation. Like, it seems like power balance-wise. So I feel like it's likely the last Divine Knight was going to end up belonging to someone who's, like, an ally, and not necessarily an enemy. I mean, I've liked the idea of it being Ash, but I don't really have any reason for believing that.
Damn! That's one way to turn the tables.
Prince Cedric, I hate to admit this, but we don't have the power to deal with their forces as it stands. I suggest we make a strategic retreat.
And it also doesn't make any sense, but like, what if we gave Lloyd a mech? What if Lloyd comes to Airbonnie and gets a mech? I mean, come on. If Ring gets to have a mech, why can't Lloyd have one?
Very well, Major.
He doesn't have any anime superpowers.
Students.
He needs something.
Kurt, Class 7, crew of the Pantagruel. This round goes to you. But I will not allow this insult to go unavenged. I promise you that.
Main campus students, withdraw!
Yes, sir!
And honestly, I had the idea about like,
That
I mean,
means us too, Gareth.
it's not really like a real theory. It's more of just like a fantasy. But like, if Lloyd was to get a Divine Knight, right, or any other like major character, the problem is it seemed like Rufus already knew who the Last Awakener was, so and that wouldn't make sense since Lloyd hasn't come to Erebonia yet. But I mean, I assume he will, but. The Thor's main campus students on the Red Constellation retreated. Once everyone had calmed down, Musse and Vita began to talk things through. But like, really, I mean, can we at least have it be that the Pantagruel... I'm just gonna pretend the Pantagruel wasn't there and we were buying time for it to show up.
Class 7 reunions are never uneventful.
Because the idea that it was there the entire time and Musse was just sitting there waiting to be dramatic is, like, stupid.
Still, it's good to see you all again.
Right back at you, Brigadier General. Thank you for saving us. You know, Igor, I thought it was weird you just had one person with you, even if it was the Rakshasa. But damn, keeping the ship right above our heads the whole time, it's a hell of a move. Like, what if, like, somebody died? Like, you know? I mean, I know technically nobody can die, but, like, if we're thinking about this, like, if we're treating this as, like, a real situation, why would you even pretend to let combat play out and risk, you know, surely shooting somebody in the damn head? All Vita's idea and it worked out in the end, right? Don't be so modest. You're the one who timed things to give the command after all. Oh my god, shut up. I didn't even know realize you two knew each other. He reached out for the incident at the Infernal Castle. Since then, her sponsorship has been of great help to us. In turn, Vita's been supporting my plans and teaching me a little magic. Alright, now you guys can go off on your Pantagruel and do your own thing, independently of us, right? Well, that's worrisome. My concerns aside, it really is good to see you, Vita. Yeah, ma. Finally got rid of those silly glasses, did you? Must be serious. I mean, I kind of missed the... Okay, the glasses can go, but, like, what about the hat? I like the hat. That's right. If I'm going to rescue Reen and Selena, I don't have time to hide who I am.
It would appear you are the same as ever, Vita.
Grandmother. Hello, Grandmother. Calling from Aaron, I take it.
Correct. It simply took me a while to get a grasp on the spirit veins over there. Emma's not the only one with grievances to air, Vita, but we have more pressing matters to attend to. Wouldn't you lot agree?
Oh yeah, right. Does that mean there's a singularity here after all?
The profusion of pleroma grass should be proof enough.
Was that on your word of the day calendar, Roselia?
Hurry and drive the stake into it.
I'm on it. Well, there we go. There's 5. Did they say there was 7? The sacred number? That makes 5 now, together with the ones we found in Norte and Nord. Just 2 more to go. Rescuing our instructor is finally starting to feel like a reality. Oh, I see. Yes, this should allow you to pin down the workshop's location. You all really are amazing. Even with the odds stacked against you, you still found a sliver of hope to hold on to. I like you're not part of this. Oh, she's got, like, important stuff to do. Yeah, because she's, like, the legendary genius. She can't be with us. Yeah, Musse, remember what you told us earlier? And your plans are set up so that they can carry on without you ever seeing them personally, right? Come with us. We're gonna try to reign back together. But You got the Golden Rakshasa already. That's enough of a symbol to rally your troops behind. Is this a perfect chance to make sure as our OS1 for life? Although I'm not sure that we'll ever balance out everything he's done for us. It's your choice, Musse. We can still rescue him without you. Yeah, tell her, Kurt. It's most likely the ones who rescues him first will see the most gratitude. I would have thought this would have been more appealing to you, but I suppose it doesn't matter. You will not be first either way. They're very skilled in pushing our buttons. Well, when you put it like that, how can I not come along?
Then I, Musse Egret, will happily return to Class 7. Thank you, all of you, for helping me find my way back.
Musse left Aurelia and the rest in charge of the Vyson army and the Pantagruel. After bidding farewell to Maya and the others, Class 7 returned to Aaron village via the Spirit Path. The two who had gone to investigate in Heimdall had also returned to Aaron. The members of Class 7 celebrated Musse's return, as well as their discovery of the singularity. Like, we got the whole damn squad already. I kind of figured it was just going to be the same way as last time, where 3 characters showed up, but... well, I guess one of the groups is going to still have to go to the other singularity, so we may not still have everyone available to pick. Once light had settled on the village, the new Class 7 headed off to a certain location at Yuna's suggestion. Oh god. Ah! I don't trust this game after last time. Blatant sexual assault, haha, isn't that funny? How positively soothing. Though I do find it a bit embarrassing to mingle with a gentleman like this. The feeling's mutual. Relax, I've heard my chick's fully grown. I need to get a response here. What kind of response would that be, huh? Jeez, when are you the bashful type, Musse? If anything, I expected her to have bathed with Instructor Reen already. Shut up, Altina. You didn't. I'm only joking, we haven't bathed together, but well... That is non-canon, that did not happen. We avoided the worst case scenario? Musse? Damn, really got that numbskull Schwarzer to go along with one of your little games? That's actually pretty impressive. I can only assume he was pushed into a position where he couldn't possibly refuse. Speaking of the instructor, I'm worried about him. Not to mention the fate of the branch campus. You know that stuff Principal Le Guin told us? They built the main campus to turn our school into one of their bases. The Vyson's army intel is nothing short of reliable. It appears the Arc Royale has been all over the place, with both the Sanguine Ogre and the main campus instructors in tow. Figured as much sounds the government's got them all right under its thumb. And we still have no idea where Instructor Toa, Mint, Lind, or Becky are. Toa's fine. She's got a gun, remember? Toa's got a damn gun. Not even the Vyson army has managed to get a hold of any information about them. We are similarly in the dark about what Elise and the princess might be up to. I imagine the general will be in contact should you discover anything. It makes me wonder if Tita and Tia are okay too. Not to mention Louise and Jessica. I'm sure they're safe, just like Pablo, Sydney, and the others were. We'll see them again. For now, we just have to trust in everyone's abilities. A lot of them are tougher than I gave them credit for. Hell, even Tatiana's come a long way. Oh, you don't say? You're damn right I didn't. What if we gotta believe in ourselves? Well, if we gotta believe in ourselves, that includes believing in ourselves. If we gotta believe in everyone, that includes believing in ourselves, too. I'm doing that thing where I read the second line. Because it's like, I read faster than I can say the words. And so, I'm reading the second sentence when my mouth is still saying the first sentence. And then I end up inserting the second sentence's words in the first sentence. We did manage to get all of new Class 7 back together after all, even if it did take some doing. All that remains is to get our instructor back, and we'll take the combined efforts of all of us, Classes 7, new and old. I can't ignore the obligations that my own plans demand. But I still intend to play my part as a member of Class 7 to the fullest of my ability. Musse, I'm sorry, you're actual garbage. Well, I ain't gonna let being a one. I mean, magic seems a bit better in this game, so you got that going for you, but like, you don't do anything. You only choices help to knock some heads together. Right, we may not have an instructor by our side, but we can still make good use of what we learned from him. He'd expect nothing less of us. You said it, let's make it happen. Did we just have a bathing scene with extremely minimal horniness? For this game, at least? Or for the Cold Steel games? I mean, it was a little bit, but it was like an acceptable level. And you gotta think, Rean must fucking reek.
Emma.
I do like how they leave Celine in there with him as like a sort of like psychological torture. They're like his name's censored the same way as in the Shadow Dream.
Rean! Rean!
Rean!
Rean!
Rean! Rean!
Rean! Rean!
Rean!
Reen!
Instructor Rean!
Instructor Reen!
Instructor Rean! Instructor Rean!
Schwarzer!
Okay, I'm glad he didn't say Rean. I was like, I don't think Ash has ever called him Rean. What? Is that Million? I guess leads credence to the theory that she's still alive despite being a sword. Which I'm pretty annoyed about, in all honesty. I don't really like going back on that.
Looks like you went up a rank.
Because I actually kind of bought the Millium death, and so if they reverse that, pretty insulting. I'm hitting the button and nothing is happening. I am hitting the button.
Here's a little treat on me. Nice work, troops. I know it ain't easy.
But yeah, overall, the Chapter 2 section, I think I like the Chapter 1 section more. I mean, actually, no, I liked part. I mean, I do like that we got some new areas introduced. I guess my controller's dying. So we might pause for a second and charge it. I mean, like, overall, I mean, I do like that we had the new area going to Ulster and Milsante. That was cool. I guess, like, I wasn't as interested, like, the Musse scene, I didn't really get to talk about it because we got, like, thrown into Cedric stuff. The Ash scene was vastly superior. In Hamel, that was, no, fighting Cedric, as much as I think the fight gameplay-wise was significantly, like, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, it wouldn't have been annoying at all if I just picked Sarah, right? Because you would just dumpster it. If you could put Ada in with everyone else with the suction ability, and then even just having an extra S-craft that does damage would be extremely powerful. Because the problem is you just don't have any way to buff arts efficiently, because art celebration is garbage. Like, maybe it gets better when you level it up via the trial chest, but right now it seems so bad. Like, I get the art's EP cost. Like, it doesn't matter for this fight in particular, so maybe it's better normally, so my first impression is just colored, because the fight, you only get to cast, like, 2 spells max anyway, so it reducing the cost doesn't matter. But, like, a small arts buff for 3 BP is atrocious. If you compare it to, like, what Crazy Hunt does for physical characters, giving speed, which is good on everyone, a small strength buff, which is the equivalent of Art Celebration offensively, but then you also get a 50 or 40% crit chance base and a 50% crit chance when it's upgraded, which is extremely good. So I don't know, Art Celebration, like if it was 2, maybe if it gets leveled up some, or like the advanced versions are better, but right now it does not deserve to be 3 BP, I don't think. I think 2 would be a much more fair spot, but we'll see how it changes, or if we get to use it in more situations. I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't feel like it really needed to be nerfed. Well, because I'm trying to, because did it just give EP cost in CS3? Or did it also give arts? I can't remember. I think it used to be 2 BP and 80% reduction, right? I know I didn't really use it that much just because I felt like Magic had big issues in CS3 where it was like, it was good for some fights. Like it was really good for some fights. But like in terms of just like general purpose, there was a lot of fights where it was just kind of useless. So, and it was just kind of annoying to try and manage with all the instant interrupts and stuff for a lot of the late game stuff in particular. But alright, we will not call it here, but I'm going to pause, and I mean, I guess the controller's working now. Maybe it wasn't dying. I don't know. We'll see. If it dies again in a few seconds, that probably means the battery is going out, and I need to sit it down and let it charge, because I mean, I've mentioned this before in the past, but for anyone who's not aware, my controller is a little busted, and it does not charge unless it's sitting completely still, basically. Good news, everyone. Okay, so it does seem like it's out of juice, so we'll pause for a second and be right back. Alright, we're back. We've got a little juice in the old troller. Let's continue on with our rest day, or I guess getting to start on our rest day. So you think it's going to be Yuna as the point of view this time, or is it still just going to be Kurt? I mean, it kind of feels like it should have been Yuna from the start, because they really feel like they've set her up as being the new main character for the time being, which is, it kind of felt like that in Cold Steel 3. It was almost like this, is going to kind of on a long tangent now. But like in some regards, I mean, Rima's of course the main character of Cold Steel 3. But in terms of secondary protagonists among New Class 7, it did feel like it was kind of like a shared burden between Yuna and to a lesser extent Kurt. Like I feel like they don't do that much with Kurt's character, but he did kind of, I don't know, he kind of felt like he had a more of like a team leader-esque role than Yuna did for parts of Cold Steel 3. But now it really feels like Yuna is the heart of the team, which is, it kind of mirrors a little bit of like the progression from Sky 1 and 2, which is kind of neat, where in some ways Yuna and Kurt kind of mirror Estelle and Joshua, where Sky 1, Estelle's the main character, but there are times where it doesn't necessarily, like it feels like it's a shared, like dual protagonist between her and Joshua in some regards. But then Sky 2 is all about her coming into her own as being like the real main character. And Joshua's, you know, fully a side character. Kind of like a weird tangent I didn't intend to fully go off on, but... As you're all aware, we only knew the locations of 5 singularities. But last night we managed to narrow down the last 2 as well. Wasn't that fucking lucky? Really? Where are they? One is Heimdall, fuck. No, don't send me there. The other is somewhere in the Crossbow province. Crossbow! Crossbow? Yuna's homeland, huh? Neither of those are going to be easy to investigate. He and Sarah tried to get in Heimdall already and didn't go so well. And yeah, security was so tight we couldn't even get in. Well, they couldn't get in, then we're fucked. We're going to be combing through the underground tunnels looking for this thing. We'll need as much help as we can get. If Rufus there, then Crossbow will be a challenge as well. The leader of the Ironbloods, Governor General Rufus Alberea. He's effectively the second most powerful man in the Empire. It's possible he'll be elsewhere, scheming up some strategy to use against the Republic. Either way, we need to have a discussion about how to distribute our members. Can I be part of the group that goes to Crossfell? Yeah, makes sense. I've got friends and family there. I need to know they're alright. Yeah, same. Balloon guy, Huss! Yuna. If you're going, the rest of New Class 7 will join you. Are you sure, Kurt? Don't you want to check out your family's trainer hall instead? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about my family. But they can handle themselves, I have to believe that. They're practitioners of the Vander style, they should be fine. Thanks, I'll be counting on you. What do you all think? Who are you? That's fine with me, New Class 7 takes Crossbow. Just take 2 of us with you, that'll make 7 for each singularity. Ooh, who to take? I mean, Elliot, I'm sorry, you're banned? I mean, even if you had been good in that fight, I wouldn't take you. I'm not going to take the same character twice when we have other options. It was one thing when my options were in CS2 when it was Toval, Sharon, and Claire. And I brought Toval, like, every time because Toval's amazing. I do not regret that decision in the slightest, especially considering how Claire and Sharon's characters worked out. There's something we need to address before that, though. Indeed, it's a question of distance. We don't have any teleportation stones in place to take you to either. Oh. I guess that is a problem. You'll simply have to travel through conventional means from the Izmir Great Forest. Obviously, there isn't time for you to go on foot. We'll need to come up with something. With the RMP watching the trains, we can't use the Transcontinental Railroad. I had asked the Vice Army to assist us, but they're on high alert right now. Oh, you got an airship, lady? Maybe I can help. Really, Elisa? Do you have an idea? Can't promise anything, but I'll try. I need to get in touch with an old friend first. An old friend. Oh, Josette! Yeah, because we established that they were, they knew each other, because of course they did. I'll leave this matter in your hands, then. Spend the rest of the day as you please. Rest up, make sure you're fully prepared to tackle the last singularities. I mean, I guess they're technically still the latest, so even if I'd used that word, it would have technically been correct. Okay, so it is Yuna's perspective. Wonder how everyone back in Crossbell's doing. They don't stop the war, they're going to get caught right in the middle of it. That's where we're going. We'll keep them safe no matter what. Shouldn't overthink things. I need to take this day off to recharge. Looks like everyone's left already. I better get going too. Maybe we should talk to the old Class 7? You will control Yuna during this rest day. You can challenge different quests, minigames, and take on the third sector of the St. Graal Labyrinth. After completing all the required events, you can blah blah blah. Oh god. Okay, branch campus uniforms, Yuna's apron. Oh, a hat. Can I get Emma a hat? Can Emma Musse? Can Emma borrow your hat? It'll give you 1 extra point on the character power rankings. It'll bring your official score up to -857. Yeah, I keep track. I didn't just make that number off the top of my head. It's all written down, I promise. Anything new over here? Evil Mishi. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, it's a bag of chips. Oh, there's non-evil Mishi? More Mishi stuff? How much Mishi stuff this lady got? Like popcorn or something, like bagged popcorn? More Mishis? More snacks? It is popcorn. Oh my god, he's so good. Some more type of chips. Anything? Yes, still the Red Moon Rose stuff. Man, isn't that just a Toa's telescope? She stole it? Roselia! I noticed the Mishi stuff. I noticed the one, but I didn't pay attention to how many Mishis are up there. The damn freak. I mean, I guess that's Roselia's room, right? I mean, this kind of seems... Like, I mean, this could have been Emma and Vita's room? And this is just kind of like a guest room, and this would be... I don't know. Seems kind of like a standard room. Alright, that's enough snooping in that regard. Did I talk to you guys in here? I can't remember. I don't think I did. Grandmother, you're gonna eat your vegetables and you're going to like it. Get it? 'Cause she's a small child. You're the elder of our clan, for crying out loud. It's ridiculous you'd act such a child. What's so wrong with being honest about what I do and don't like? I mean, I do kind of agree with her, but I haven't eaten vegetables for the last 8th century and I've gotten by just fine. First of all, you're showing an embarrassing lack of decorum as an elder. Secondly, not eating your vegetables is very disrespectful to the people who grew them and prepared them. Thirdly, a balanced diet helps recover mana more quickly. Do I need to go on? That's all conjecture on your part. Grandmother? I get the feeling we've seen this exact same scene play out before. Yeah, that's because we have. Vita hasn't returned and Emma hasn't stopped complaining. Why didn't either of them listen to me? Oh god, she's doing the million face. It actually is completely unnerving. When did they start being so cocky? But like, why couldn't you just be like a normal aged lady? Grandmother just does as she pleases when I'm not present. It sounds like you've got it rough. By the way, didn't you used to wear glasses? Are you wearing contacts or something? I guess I haven't told anyone yet. But to be honest, the main reason I wore those glasses was to suppress my magical powers. That sentence also makes me want to uninstall. I didn't have enough confidence in my resolve as a witch. Uh-huh. Don't worry, I don't have any doubts anymore. That's great. But you're really beautiful, Emma, with or without your glasses. You're making me blush. Thank you, Yuna. More glasses to suppress my magical power. Grandmother just does as she pleases when I'm not present. I can't address the root of the problem now, but I won't be accepting any of your complaints today. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I kind of think I got kind of sidetracked, but I never really talked about the Musse scene. I mean, I'm gonna keep it short because I'll be honest, I don't have too much positive to say, but I don't know. I really don't like the... I mean, I'm not totally against Musse, like, aspects I'm not against, right? Her being the secret Duchess, and she's smarter than her uncle and gets to become the true Duchess, like, that's cool, that's fine, that's fairly, like, I buy it. She saw everything preordained from when she was a small child and has been enacting this plan for the past decade. And waiting for this moment is just ridiculous. Like, come on. Like, why can't the character just be, like, at least a little grounded? It just seems way too much. But overall, I mean, I thought the Ash scene was fantastic, though. And it just didn't really live up to that in the slightest. Like, it was kind of okay, like when Yuna comes in and tells Musse she's a damn dirty liar. That's not a paraphrase, that's an actual quote. That's exactly what the dialogue said. I do wonder who we're gonna bring. Oh yeah, I guess we should, like, what do you people do exactly? Now, so you, I still don't know, like, what I'm missing about you, or if you're just actually awful. But really, the problem is that even if your crafts were good, you're still useless in that Cedric fight because you have no CP. I mean, this is still pretty good. This petrifies almost never a thing that exists, just because it's one of those fundamentally kind of like broken ailments. Charm, I think Charm is good. It's just hard to justify using a lot of times because most enemies are pretty resistant to it. So it's like, you're still just kind of rolling the dice. Like, it's like, you don't really do any damage with this as well. And it's, I can't remember what its cost is, but it's pretty expensive. This, unfortunately, burn, like, is not any good in this game. Like, it's already kind of fallen off. Like, it wasn't very good in CS3 either, but it stayed relevant for longer. But, like, a 3k damage per tick at this point is, like, nothing. You, I mean, I think you're really, really good. Yeah, because you're 240. I mean, the KO chances, nothing but 7. So that's just slightly smaller than Kurt's. Because what's Sarah's? Sarah's is 240. A smaller area, but the 100% feint chance would have been really strong there because most of those enemies are weak to feint. The seal kind of has some anti-synergy where you almost don't want to seal them. Well, it's like you do and you don't. Because on one hand, you want to seal Shirley so that she doesn't go flying off at 1,000 miles an hour behind you with Murder Strafe, which also one-shots Musse like every single time. Because either it just does so much damage she dies instantly if she's taking any other damage, or it just death blows her because she has no death blow resistance. Oh man, this is the ability I needed, man. It would have been so freaking good. So good. And even just like the insight as well would have been pretty strong. Like, you could do, like, blind strats, because they're all pretty weak to blind, so you could, like, have blind and insight up. So you give CP and HP on hit now, and also provide regen. Because that was the problem with Heavenly Gift in the last game, is it didn't do anything on cast. It just gave you HP and it gave you a regen effect. But the fact that it didn't do anything on cast made it kind of bad, in my opinion. No, this gives CP instead of EP. It seems like that's a difficulty mod change because the text still says EP. This seems much better. The break damage is still functionally kind of useless, right? I mean, it's an even smaller amount and break isn't as strong, but 30% HP and 40 CP is pretty good. This, and this is still pretty good. It doesn't have like nearly as much break on it, but break doesn't matter. And that still mutes at a 220 base power. Kind of weak, actually. Oh, it is the entire screen, though. Yeah, so that's the balance in there. So you lower strength and arts medium almost guaranteed. That's fantastic. I actually really like that change to make it... Because the problem with Eustace's ult has always been that you don't really want to build him physically. I mean, you can, I guess. But, I don't know, it just feels like it makes more sense to make him magic-based. So that does make his ult much better if you're using him as... Because and if you use him as a magic character, then his like ultimate isn't that good because you're rarely going to have his strength buffed, but... And a lot of times you would rather just cast spells than have like the long S-craft delay. So Noble Rise is still really strong. Well, it's only a small buff now. For 8 turns. So it's not quite as good. And this just gives you full absorption, which is kind of the way I felt like it should have worked. So that seems pretty good. Seems to be the same, pretty much the same. This gives more CP and HP now. Oh no, it gives less CP but more HP now. I think that's better. Because the problem is they give you 10% HP and it's just like you just died instantly. So I never really found much use for Serene Blessing. I may use it a few times, but... Okay, instantly large, or like lowering defense and arts defense by to the max is pretty cool. Not bad. Unfortunately, okay, it does apply balance down now. I don't remember if it did that in the last game. And Burst Drive, I'd have to see what its cost is. And I think that's exactly the same. Oh, it gives 2 random abnormalities now. That's kind of interesting. And then Emma is still fundamentally broken as far as I'm concerned. I'm surprised your S-Craft is this week. Mainly just because, like, you know, Randy's was like 300 and something % power, wasn't it? But granted, he was like a guest character, but... Does it? Yeah, it doesn't hit the entire screen or anything. It's like, I don't know if new class or old class 7 members... I figure you're all going to get new S-Crafts, right? I would be extremely... Like, I don't think there's a world in which they don't get new S-Crafts. Old class 7? I don't know. I kind of feel like they won't, but we'll see. Okay, so that's still pretty much... I think that's exactly the same. Maybe the cost is higher. This gives less CP. Ooh, it only gives a small buff now? That seems kind of bad. This is only 50% HP. I mean, I feel like I use Sacred Roar a good amount, but I don't think it needed to be nerfed. I mean, I'd have to see the cost, I guess, to fully decide if it's a nerf or not, but if it's the same cost, I feel like that's a little too much. Because the break damage is not nearly as strong in this game, and it's only 4 turns. Alright, I mean, who are we going to bring? Who do I want to bring to Crossbow? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe Fee or Sarah, since we didn't bring them last time. Like, maybe Fee. Maybe bring the Feaster, and then, I don't know, maybe my boy Musse? I'm thinking maybe Fee and Eustace. Fee, Sarah, you headed out? Yeah, for training. I was planning to take my time enjoying the local brew, but apparently, then again, there's also a part of me that's like, maybe I should just bring Sarah because the suction. It's like if we have another fight like that last one, I kind of wish I kind of want to have Sarah. Just because, like, since S-Crafts are so, like, they're so much smaller AoE now, suction is really strong. Especially for those, like, burst down fights. I was planning to take my time enjoying the local brew, but apparently it's not an option. You started drinking pretty early in the day last time too, huh? Look, I'm not telling you to quit drinking outright, but variety's important, even when you're on a break, so today's training first, beer later. Okay, fine. At least I feel like I've earned a drink after a good workout. Give me a couple minutes to get ready and I'll be right back. He seems like a real handful. You want to bet how long those couple minutes is actually going to be? Hey, you know, do you play Vantage Masters? Yeah, do you? Just started. Elliot taught me the rules. When I want to have a match, I'll wait for Sarah? Sure, I'd be glad to. Laura and Kurt are doing some training outside the village. We can't slack off either. Okay, I wanted to make a change, right? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I want to add you, your Pog. And drop one of you, and one of you. Medic. I mean, Medic, it's kind of okay since we're a pretty heavy deck. I think Wall is actually kind of good as well. We still can't change our master, sadly. Oh, you. I wanted to add you. Alright. That should at least help things be not so slow.
Begin combat.
I mean, I think you're kind of good. We'll hold on to you for now, just to make sure we at least have like one semi-decent card. Okay, Fee is also a fellow Ranger Enjoyer. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. You fool. I mean, you're not really... I mean, okay, this is good. Wait. Do you do damage? You don't do damage. But what if you did? Yeah, let's do it like this. Use your skill. Blow them away. Alright, you're lucky, girly. I gave you two turn. Oh, she's got a gun lady. No, it just has 2 attack now. But didn't we look it up in the menu and it said it was a 3/3? The difficulty mod nerf Vantage Masters as well? What the hell? I thought that was the opposite. I'm gonna be honest, I thought that was the opposite. I don't want to talk about it. Alright, fine. Maybe you get 3 turns? Oh my gosh, she's got so many freaking things to summon. Okay. So you pop this boy. Then you do this. Take no damage. Doesn't really matter who attacks. I'd rather do the 5 damage than seal. Next turn, you shall be defeated. Maybe. No, you're still alive. God, you're a little piece of garbage. You know that? You know that? You're so freaking lucky. You don't even know how lucky you are, Fee. I mean, she actually almost killed us just by, like, making sure she just kept attacking our master.
You got me.
Why'd you say it? Oh, Blaze, let's go. Now, unfortunately, our gun lady is, like, turbo nerfed. Yeah, because that says it's a fucking 3-3. I don't know why that's changed. Seems very odd. I mean, it did feel like it was, like, the best card in the last game. Like, you got it at the start, and then you just used it for the rest of the game, basically. Sort of plan on taking it easy today, so it requires a bit of effort to switch modes, you know? I won't get to speed, though. Post-training drinks are always the best anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I want to bring one of you, I think. Plus Yusi. I haven't decided. If nothing else, we'll probably bring Sarah into the dungeon with us. Maybe? Nah, I think we'll try and bring characters we're not going to take to Crossspell with us into the dungeon. We'll maybe bring, like, I mean, like Laura and Gaius and Laura and Gaius and... Elisa, you seem like you might actually be kind of good now. I think you were one of the worst characters in CS3 because Radical Design was freaking awful. This wasn't that good, and these Flamebird was okay because it did like a bunch of break damage. Yeah, I guess you do have the benefit of being the only character with an S-cap that hits the entire screen. That's pretty cool. So you get, I think Elisa might actually be finally her time. Still keeping up with your art, guys? Yes, I draw now and then when I get a break on my duties. I got so many sketches lying around at this point, I don't know what to do with them. Would you mind if I took a look at them sometime? By all means. I've been meaning to ask, are you still in touch with the old members of the writing club? For the most part. Lambert joined the Heimdall Cavalry after graduating. He's been having a hard time lately. And last I heard, Paulo was getting work as a horse trainer. Correctly or no, they still have lots of links to the military. Well, it's good to know they're doing alright. I've been in contact with Claude, and she's just the same as ever, but I haven't had word from Lind in a while now. Can't help but wonder what she and Toa and the others are up to. But no matter, they're more than capable of taking care of themselves. Hello, sir. That's for sure. And it sounds like Eustace and Guy spend a lot of connections through their clubs. We need to keep believing in Jessica and Louise are out there somewhere, even if we only knew where. Or if only we knew where. I was gonna say even if we don't know where they are, but... Used to be a bartender in the outside world, but fate ended up bringing me here to Aaron. Second I'm back again behind that counter, it's just like old times again. Feels like where I was meant to be. Anyway, I'm glad to see patrons roll on in. Go ahead and make yourself at home. My job to provide you guys a nice, welcoming space to kick back in. Go ahead and make yourselves at home. More people have come to Aaron in the last couple weeks in our entire history. Ever since Emma left home, I've had to take up the mantle of cooking for Rose. With how picky she is, I never get the chance to show off my culinary skills. When I mentioned it to Emma, she apologized, grabbed the meals, and dashed out the door before I could blink, like a woman on a mission. She still takes so much after her mother. I've heard a little bit about Emma's mom. It sounds like she had a strong head on her shoulders. We have not heard anything about Emma's mom, I don't think, actually. I can tell you more about Isola if you'd like. She was my best friend, after all. She was one of our wandering witches, but she lost her life early in her career, trying to save some folks she just met. I see. You must have been an exceptional woman. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cast a gloomy mood. A lot of witches are like that. Our powers make us more prone to rush into danger. Emma's no different, so I'll worry about her, but I'm starting to think she'll be alright. Great friends like you, I know she won't stray very far. Gosh, I don't know what to say to that. We'll do our best to keep her safe. I wasn't even really like... Because, I mean, they never really mentioned Emma's mother before. Like, I mean, I know they said that she died, but... I wasn't even really sure that she was, like... I mean, like, I knew she was a character and a witch, I guess, but... I don't know. I guess it never even really occurred to me that people would know her. Because, I mean, it's kind of like... Because, I mean, some of the characters, they just don't have parents, right? And you don't talk about them, right? To some degree. Like, Like, I mean, I don't, like, have they ever talked about what happened to Laura's mom? I mean, like, maybe, other than just the fact that she's, you know... Wait, does Laura have a mom? Is she dead? I can't remember. Do you meet her when you go to Legram? I feel like there's been no mention of her mother in any of the games. But I'm also like, do you meet her in Legram and I'm just crazy? I'm pretty sure her mother's dead. And, like, they don't really ever talk about it. Because that's just kind of, I don't know, I guess it's so common to be an orphan, apparently, in anime land, that... Oh, it's kind of like a morbid topic. Hello, please free me from the awkward silence. Hello, Yuna. Is something wrong? You seem a little on edge. Not obvious, huh? I guess I'm worried about my friends and family back in Crossbow. I feel like I could brew you a little home remedy to calm your nerves. Or actually, I've been meaning to ask you a favor. It might help to take your mind off your worries. Sure, what is it? About the children. None of them have ever set foot outside the village before. Well, since they get here aside, I want them to learn as much as they can about the outside world while they're still young. We usually just get wandering witches to tell them stories about their travels to show them things they've picked up. Uh-huh. But there's only so much you can teach them. They'd probably be better off learning from people who have actually lived in the outside world. So I was thinking that maybe if you have the time, you could come talk to them for a little bit. Instructor Yuna? I've never taught a whole class of kids before, though. It's kind of a big responsibility. Don't worry, they won't bite. I'm not expecting anything formal. Maybe just tell them about what life is like in Erebonia, talk about current trends, that sort of thing. Think of it more as an extracurricular activity than a lesson. It is kind of nice to be asked. Aller's done so much for us. Okay, we'll do it, but not right now. Sorry to say no, but we've got a lot going on right now. That's fine. I'm sorry to have bothered you. Don't worry, I'll do it in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and end the video. Next time, we will continue our errand rest day. Maybe head over to the Grawl Labyrinth. I don't know who we're going to bring. I mean, I guess it depends on how many characters we get access to. Probably Gaius and Laura, definitely, because I'm not going to take them to Crossbow. And then... maybe Elisa? Maybe? Granted, they might just let us use all of them. Because I don't remember, there weren't any restrictions when we did the Labyrinth last time, right? Like, I think we were able to use Fee, Sarah, and Elliot at the same time. So we might just roll basically entirely old class 7. You know, you're 15 levels behind everyone. What the hell, girly? Who did this to you? Who would ever make you suffer at such a low level? I do kind of feel, I feel way more underleveled in this game though than I did in CS3. Like, I never really felt underleveled in CS3. I mean, I think I've done like a few less fights on average in this game, but not that much compared to CS3 where I didn't really ever feel underleveled. Like, even in like the end of the game, we were like at most 2 or 3 levels below everyone. But yeah, we'll call it here, and next time, because I mean, it kind of did matter a little bit for why the Cedric fight was so bad. I don't know how much of that footage I'm going to show, but there was like, I had 2 back-to-back attempts before I won, where I got Ada to 1000 HP on turn 35, and then one where she was at 391 HP with a burn tick, or something like that. It goes like she died the very next turn, and it was so frustrating. But, yeah, we'll go ahead and call it here, and next time we'll, continue resting. I'm Extra Cheesy 87, stay tuned for the next part, and bye, guys.